Today we're going to do a pick a card, and I have these little glass fruits. This one's a dragon fruit. This one's an orange. Got some grapes. And some bananas. So a good way to pick a card if you are unsure is to take a couple of seconds and a few deep breaths and focus on what one calls to you the most. And if there isn't a knee-jerk reaction, sometimes the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 will call out to you. If none of those work, you can use the imagery. Maybe you've just had a banana this morning, or you really like dragon fruit. Whatever it is, try not to think about it too much, because when it comes down to it, all of this is just for fun, reassurance, and introspection. So, group 1, dragon fruit. Group 1, dragon fruit. Group 2, orange. Group 3, grape. And group 4, banana. Let's get into it. Hi, group 1. So we're doing a little energetic check-in. We're halfway through the year, so I thought it would be a good time to reevaluate or just evaluate, even if we haven't for a while, some of our goals and the things that we have planned for the rest of the year. And I think that this is a dragon fruit, but it can also be a strawberry if you're looking at it, and this is the first time I've kind of come to that realization. So maybe that's a little message in terms of sometimes you have to take a step back or step away from a project in order to look at it from a different angle, and that can give you a brand new perspective that you would have never thought of before had you been choosing to stay focused on it the entire time. Because as much as a creative project requires a lot of focus, and it might not even be a creative project, it could be a home project or a work project. Some things do require a lot of focus. Some problems require a lot of energy to sort through. But I think especially in those times, and especially with those problems, we have to make room for ourselves to take a step back, relax, put on a good TV show, take a long nap, eat some good food. So that way, when you come back to it, you can see it in a completely new light. And it might give you the perspective to sort through the problem in a way that you never would have before. We have of Clubs. This deck is the Illuminated Tarot by Caitlin Green. I've been using it for maybe 8 years. It's one of my favorites. I love how straightforward the book guide is. I think it's always useful to include the original book definition. 8 of Clubs, repetition, swift movement to create stability. So, maybe this is a problem that you've had before. And I think it's a problem that you're going to have to work through, obviously, to create a better foundation for yourself. So this problem that you need to look at from a different perspective, this is a problem that you've had before, and it's a problem that's preventing you from having a solid foundation, feeling like you can protect yourself and your creative projects. Because I see 3 eggs here, and I keep hearing and saying creative projects, so I do think that's a big thing if you chose this group, especially with this very expressive bird. And blue is a color of the throat. So again, I think you are somebody who's a communicator in terms of how you do that through, through art or through healing in tarot or Reiki, or through even things like being some kind of manager. You feel like you have visions, ideas, or even straight up people to protect. You might be a parent. If you have 3 kids, obviously that's huge confirmation that this pile's for you. But let's get into what this problem is and how we can maybe start to sort through it. Okay, so I think that this is a problem that straight up stems from the fact that you think you have to do it by yourself. Queen of Clubs is a very earthy energy, and she is obviously the master of her domain. She is the master of this earthly realm. You're probably somebody who takes a lot of pride in your appearance, the appearance of your home, cleanliness, the appearance of your animals. I think you put a lot of effort and energy into the things around you because you have seen in your life before the way that pays off. Yes, you could relax, but if you did X, Y, and Z, wouldn't it be so much more productive? Well, you keep running into the same problem, and I think that might mean it could be productive to rest right now, because I'm hearing again, you can spend so much time fixated on making things better. The problem could even or the problem could be that you're trying to improve yourself, or there's nothing left to improve. Like, you've already mastered this, like, earthly energy. And maybe you should just take pride in that for a little bit. Straight up. Like, look in the mirror and be proud of yourself. Because, like, yes, there are things in the future that you're working towards, and you probably have a plan that is so detailed on how to get there, and you are going to fulfill it. By God, you've shown before, you've proven to yourself before that you fulfill your plans, you execute your ideas. But all these ideas you've executed, all of these goals and dreams that you've manifested, I think that you need to soak them in for a little bit, because, like, life is something that is constantly changing, and, like, this honestly might be a period that feels really hard for you. But if you take a step back and look at it from a different angle, instead of it being a dragon fruit, maybe it's a strawberry. Maybe you don't like dragon fruit and you think it's, like, really bland and watery, but you love strawberries. But bitch, guess what? Look at it from an angle. It's strawberry season. It's literally strawberry season right now. Odd, but, like, you should probably get yourself some just, like, nice fresh fruit from, like, if you have access to a farmer's market, I really recommend that. Like, get some. Right now, I'm in California, it's July, so, like, the mangoes and the fucking strawberries are popping off right now. It is. And I think that you don't want to relax when I tell you these things, because it feels like you're gonna lose everything that you worked for if you relax. Like, you're a very guarded person. You're very, like this energy upright. Like, it's somebody who is trusted with a lot of secrets. Like, you are very trustworthy. Like, this is, like, an energy that you have, but right now, like, this trust that you have in yourself has been, like, reversed. It's been, like, warped, because it's like you like, you've proven to yourself time and time again that, like, you've got it, but still you don't trust that you've got it. Like, you don't, like, you really don't have confidence in your ability to, I think, retain this energy. Like, I think you fear that if you relax, this is gonna go away, but it's not. Like, you're not going to go away if you relax. Like, you're still gonna be there. You're still gonna be you. Like, if you have to turn off your phone so nobody from work can call you, if you have to go somewhere a little bit remote and, like, take a vacation for a few days and, like, make sure your kids are with someone that, like, you trust, and, like, just take, like, even just one day to yourself, even just 8 hours, even just 2 hours to yourself, where you turn off your phone and completely detach yourself from, like, all of these people who are needing you, all of these things that you have to do, that you feel like you have to do all of the time to uphold this energy. Turn off your phone for 2 hours, step away from everything for 2 hours, go on a drive for 2 hours. And guess what? During those 2 hours you're all alone, you're still you. Like, you're still yourself when you're alone. You're still this person, even without the apartment, even without the home, even without all the fancy clothes. This is you. Like, no matter what, you have mastered the energy of this earthly plane. You know how to achieve your goals, and that's something that nobody and nothing in this world, no catastrophe, nothing can take that away from you. No matter what, you can rebuild. No matter what, You are you. You are this being who is capable of creating a life that is something to be so proud of. So take 2 fucking hours to yourself and just soak in that. You did this for yourself. You could do it again. And you will do it again. You're gonna do it over and over and over for the rest of your life, because that's what life is. So just take 2 hours by yourself, maybe with a pet, to like let yourself be yourself by yourself and be proud of it. And I know sometimes that is a big ask, especially if you have like actually 3 kids. Like how do you expect somebody to like take care of your 3 kids, whatever? Like if you have to send them all to like a day camp, like there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You know that, you've done it before. So prioritize taking time for yourself. That is something that makes all of this sustainable. It's how you build comfortable trust in yourself, because this honestly, yeah, the way you're going, like, it isn't sustainable if you don't relax, if you don't chill out and like be proud of yourself for a little bit. Like yeah, you could straight up stress, you can have a nervous breakdown, you can get an ulcer from stress. Like you need to relax. You know how to achieve great things, you know how to build the infrastructure for like a life that is productive, that like brings you all of the things that you've been manifesting. So work in relaxation. And I don't mean like yoga, like you should be doing yoga, you should be meditating, all that shit, but on the real, like you have to like schedule time to do nothing, to do absolutely nothing. And it's gonna be really hard at first, like that, but that, I think ultimately, like if you need something to take away or work on from this reading, like really, in order to make all of this stable and in order to trust yourself, like, and build the kind of love for yourself that's like really sustainable long term, you're gonna have to schedule time for yourself, in terms of like just staring at the fucking wall. Like turn off your, like, it's gonna be so hard at first, trust me, like, but you've done hard things before, and this is something that's really worth it. You're worth it, because you made all this possible. So we're gonna do one last message. This one is from a deck on Etsy that, if anyone knows the name, can you please tell me, because I've had it for super long, and like they redid it, so now I don't know what the name of this deck is, because it's not available anymore. But I've seen decks similar to it sometimes, so please tell me if you recognize these cards. These cards. The yes. Open-hearted acceptance and excitement. It might seem impossible, but now is the time to receive. What was I saying? Literally, now is the time to receive. Now is the time to soak in the manifestations that you've already achieved before you set onto these new projects. There is much abundance waiting for you, but the form it will take is up to you. Be open to every good thing. knowing that you will know the best thing when it comes. So if you're stressed out, that relaxing is gonna like make all of this fall apart. Well, straight up, and I'm saying this because like I think this is the way like you like to be spoken to very directly. Figure out a way to incorporate relaxation in a way that's productive then. Like, you know how to build a schedule, you know how to make time for everything, so make time for this because you know it's important. Otherwise you're going to get an ulcer. Otherwise you're not going to be able to sustain this. So make time, prioritize yourself before it's too late. I know that was that's an ominous way of phrasing it, but it's like even if it's like, I don't mean like too late in a very dark sense, but I mean it like, if you start a new project soon, like you're gonna be so busy, and like if you haven't already incorporated relaxation into your routine, it's gonna be so much harder to like try to change your daily routine while you're doing this new project. So just say yes right now to learning how to relax. Just say yes. Learn how to relax. Just say yes. Go do it right now. Say yes. Okay, bye. Have fun relaxing. Bye. Hi, group 2. You chose the little clementine, the orange, the door hinge. I think you're protecting your energy right now because you know that you're a very bright and sweet person, but you also respect yourself enough to know who's worth breaking through that skin. You know what I mean? Like, you will let people in if they try, but right now I don't think a lot of people are trying. It's like you're waiting for somebody to really try to get to like your fruit. Let's see. This is the Dark Crystal Tarot deck. So straight up from both of these already, yeah, I think that you're kind of protecting your energy a lot right now. And let's see what the book says. Okay, so this is what the book says. Are you scheming more deviously than the Chamberlain? When the Seven of Stones appears, it suggests that your strategy requires more thought before execution. If you get away with your plans, are you prepared to live with the work required to continue to keep them a secret? Or would it be easier to be upfront about what you need? How does it feel inside that shell of yours? You're a very bright and happy person, and you're waiting for somebody who's gonna really try to get through that skin. Even in terms of friends, not just romantic interests. You want somebody to work for it, yeah? But aren't you a little bit lonely? It's okay. Humans are social creatures. All of us are just little animals. And we all need companionship. So why are you making it so hard for other people to get to know you? You're proud of who you are, right? You're really proud of the love that you cultivated for yourself. You're proud of all of the things that you've done. But I think you might be making it hard for other people to get to know you right now. Let's look a little bit deeper into this. What? Knight of Stones. You're so guarded right now. Why is group 2 so guarded? And what can they do to move past it right now? Because you're somebody who, you should be really proud. And and you are, is what I'm feeling. But I think, you don't want to share this with other people. Maybe, what's that? There's such a heavy energy here. But you're in denial about it. Why? Something that you planned for that seemed really obvious didn't work out. And you have to start over, but you don't want to. But on the other side, things are gonna be not just exciting, but fulfilling. On the other side of this energy, things are gonna feel so fulfilling, but you are in this very guarded, heavy energy right now because you had an idea that you were super excited about. It's something that seemed like it just made sense. And it was really precious to you too. This could be a romantic relationship, a job prospect, some kind of creative idea, application to a new home, even trying for a new kid. You might be trying to conceive and having a little bit of trouble with that. And it's disappointing to be rejected from a job, from a house, from people that sorry, the lamp was annoying me a little bit. But you're in this very frustrated energy right now. You're gonna have trouble starting over straight up because it's going to be so heavy, so hard to conceive a new idea, to try again after failing. But this energy that you have, this intensity, it will be alchemized. And what I mean by that is I truly believe the lows that we feel are followed by highs in that same regard. And this could even be like really massive breakup or like death of a loved one. And I don't say this lightly, you know, like I've actually lost a child before. And I've lost my mother. So grief can be something that's really hard to move through, even when you're somebody who is as resilient as you are, because all of this heaviness that I feel, remember what I initially opened with. You have this bright and loving energy that you're trying to protect. And no wonder you're trying to protect it. There's a lot going on right now that would take that from you. But you will move through it. Like, and I see that on the other side, right now, you can't even imagine what's in these vials. And it's gonna be really interesting to see what's inside for you, isn't it? Because there's so many ways you can alchemize this energy. New friends, maybe a really successful creative project. I am hearing creative projects so much for the collective recently. Like, that's like something really big this summer. So you can feel like this first half of the year has kind of gone to shit, straight up. But that doesn't mean this year is going to be bunk entirely. Like, you already know there's good things despite the sadness, there's good things despite the loss, but there's also good things on the other side of this sadness and loss too. And I'm really excited to see what that is for you. Like, and I hope that you're just as excited too, because this could be, if you want, a new partner, a new child, a new pet. It's like 3 of Cups, this feeling, because there's the symbols are a little bit different because it's based off of the dark labyrinth, or not the dark labyrinth, the dark crystal, but this is kind of an equivalent to the 3 of Cups. And we know that that card is about connectivity. It's about feeling like your heart is connected with the universe and the souls around you again. It'll make sense eventually. I don't think that anybody deserves to feel sad. I don't think that we have to go through this kind of sadness to learn joy. But we can use this energy to alchemize into something that is full of so much love and joy. We could have never even imagined it before. So what do you do? How do you get to this? If you're like stuck in this energy where you know you're okay, but shit just sucks right now. How do we get to this everything getting better part, right? I'm gonna pull this much cards for the last group, don't. But I don't know, I just wanna be a little bit more productive with my instructions. It's a sad place to be in, like knowing that the good things will come again, but not knowing how or what it'll look like. So how do we get to that next part? Whoa. Knight of Vials. Knight of Stones into Knight of Vials. Both of them, I think animal companionship is really big for you. Like that's something that's coming through. But we don't have to like, okay. So I'm seeing that like, and this sucks to hear because it's like, obviously you want to protect yourself when you're so hurt. It's like a cat hides when they get hurt, right? But you can't be so guarded. I'm sorry. You have to put yourself out there. You have to like, this energy, if you want to get from this this stoned energy to this more expansive, expressive, connected feeling, if you want that new idea, that new inspiration, you're gonna have to put yourself out there. And I mean, literally put yourself out there. Go on walks, find inspiration from the world around you. On my morning walks, I found inspiration for paintings before, for sure. And something else I'm hearing is to put your art out there as well. Start posting online, post on TikTok, post on YouTube. Make your voice heard, you know? And straight up, like, if you've been through some hardships and you still love yourself, that's a skill that other people, they want to know how you did that. So, like, maybe even just making a YouTube video where you talk at the camera and you're like, hey, so this is what I went through, but I feel like this about myself still. And I think this is why I feel like myself about this still. Other people are going to hear that and resonate with that. And you can really build a community, find some friendships through stuff like that. Or even just like, you just need to let it out. Girl, you need to let it out. That's how you're gonna move on to this new idea, move on to this new person, whatever it is. How are you getting out of this funk? Is by letting it out. Go to karaoke. Just express. And somebody eventually is gonna stand up and hear you. And I know this is a Jim Henson deck, so that might be where the correlation is coming from, but at the end of the original Muppet movie, there's a song called Magic Store, and it goes like this. It starts when we're kids, a show off at school, making faces at friends, you're a clown and a fool, doing pratfalls and bird calls and bad imitations. You look in the mirror, you're getting standing ovations. You're burning up hope, you're building up steam, what was once juvenile-ish is grown up and stylish. You're close to your dream. But then somebody out there loves you and stands up and hollers for more. You've got a home at the Magic Store. And I think that you get that. If you're in this group, you get that, but I'll explain it a little. Even if the way you express yourself is not up to par to even your own standards, if it's juvenile-ish and silly and weird, somebody's gonna see it. Somebody silly and weird is gonna look at that and stand up and holler for more. There's someone out there who's felt like this. I felt like this. So let's all just be friends with each other. And like maybe we'll like make a musical or something. You know what I mean? But that's my advice, is to go out and embarrass yourself. So energetic check-in for the year. A lot of things didn't go to plan. A lot of things did not go to plan. But there's still plenty of time to embarrass yourself and make fun memories and show yourself a side of the world that you never could have imagined before. And that's really exciting. That's something to look forward to. Right now is hard, but by God, there's something to look forward to. Okay, bye. Hi, group 3. I hope you're having a great day. So, I am straight up getting some Dionysian energy. Also, there's cat hair on here. Your cat says hi, if you have one. But yes, very Dionysian energy. Like, you're in your summer fruits era. Like, you're in your, what is it, brat girl summer? Like, you're listening to Charlie XCX. You're on that shit. You're hot. You're hot. This summer, you're so sexy this summer. Like, I think, like, if confidence was a big goal for you this year, you've really stepped up your game, and, like, you are well on your way. If not, you are transforming through or have just been through a glow up. This is very, I don't know, like, I'm tapping into, like, your energy. You're very fun, silly. You tried a new drink this year that you really liked. Four of clubs. Four of clubs. You are in your, like, dance club era. Like, you are listening, like, I really, like, yeah, I really love this energy. Especially last group was a little bit heavier, so this is, like, kind of, like, refreshing. I'm like, okay. You are celebrating because you achieved so many goals, and you know you're that girl. Like, you know you're that girl, you're coming home to it. You're like, oh my God, are you gay? Because I'm gay. I am, and this is girl, like, that is very, I'm hearing Hello Dolly. Like, the song Hello Dolly, this is very Hello Dolly energy. The song specifically, like, hello Dolly, well hello Dolly, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're where you belong. That's a beautiful feeling, and everybody is so glad to have you home. Oh. You came home to yourself, bitch. You came home to yourself. I think this last Pride Month was really important to you. Like, I don't know. You've been on that shit with accepting yourself. And I'm proud of you for that. Okay. Oh my God. So, like, you achieved so many goals already this year. Like, and I don't know. Like, you've really built your world into, like, something stable that you're proud of. And, like, so, like, where do you even go from here? Where do you go when the grass is green? When your grass is beautiful? Yeah, it seems like there's just so many options. It feels like there's so many options, or, like, you just don't know what to do with them. Like, whoa! Ah! Okay.
I saw the upside, I'm now seeing the downside. So this is like ecstatic energy, but it's bordering on a little manic energy. So you and me together, let's deep breaths. Okay. So this card is about so many opportunities before you. New apartment in the city. Let's go vacation in South Africa. I'm making a garden. I don't need love because I'm fulfilled by myself. But my friends are there for me, and I'm bejeweled, and also I have cool pets. Like, you have so many ideas that you in reverse. You don't know what to do with them. You're very scatterbrained. You literally your brain scattered my stuff. It was all the way over here. Yeah, you did that. I'm perfect. I would have never done anything like that. That's a joke. I'm like extraordinary and clumsy, but there's so much good for you right now. You straight up don't know how to move forward. Oh yeah. So where do you go when you're like at the peak? Like, it's almost like how I would imagine some celebrities feel. Like, what do you do when, you know, you've achieved all of the growth that you wanted? When you are satisfied with the self, it's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling to come home to yourself. But when you're satisfied and you want for naught, it's almost a little bit boring. So then it goes into that Dionysian energy of like feeling lost in that ecstasy, oh my gosh, that ecstasy just being used on like literal drugs, alcohol. Okay. This is one of my favorite cards actually. So if you have an abundant amount of this energy, you can share it with other people. If none of these seem particularly gratifying or appealing because you're already so satisfied, teach other people how to do what you did. And you're like, oh, I don't know how. It was just like a series of events, of coincidences, and nothing's ever that simple, you know? Like, we live in a society, but straight up, we all have privileges and things that are disadvantages to us in this world, and you used both in your specific way with your specific combination of skills and detriments. You used that to build a life that you're proud of. How did you do that? Maybe if we have all of this extra energy that we're just kind of expelling and it's not feeling very fulfilling, because I'm not saying don't party. I definitely like you should still go to the club a little bit, like, but like what I mean is all of this energy that we're like literally using dancing, that we're literally expelling, you know, in different ways, we can reserve just a little bit of that for like a fucking TikTok about, I'm really grateful for my life and this is why, and like these are the things that held me back, but this is how I got through it anyway. Because everybody does have things that are hard for them. How did you get through the things that were hard? Somebody would like to know, even if it's you just telling yourself, even if it's just a little creative project, even if it's just journaling. I think you might be somebody who loves expressing yourself with other people, but maybe not so much when you're alone because it doesn't feel as rewarding. But maybe that's our next step for the rest of the year, is learning fulfillment in the self when we're alone. Again, you've already done that, you've had that. So I think sharing how you do that is like maybe the direction that I think it would be really beneficial for you to go in. 'Cause it feels right now like you're carrying a lot. Like this, like you have a lot of expectations for yourself and you don't know where to put them or what to do with them. You have a lot of ideas, but you can't commit to any of them. And that makes you feel like you're not expressing yourself really, even though you love yourself, you love your friends, you love the life that you have, and like you're fulfilled by your life. You don't feel like you're really expressing yourself through it. So I really think like little short form videos would be like fun for you. Like just like, hey, like this is what I did today. Like just like express your life. It doesn't matter if anybody watches them, it's for you. It's for you, like it's a digital scrapbook. You know what I mean? Make yourself a little digital scrapbook. And also journal. Journal in an arcane language only you understand. Yeah, so if you're truly fulfilled with yourself, share it. If you're truly fulfilled with yourself, share it so other people can be fulfilled with themselves too. Hey, and in doing that work, you might find you needed some more introspection along the way anyway. So I'm big up for you, like really specific recommendations, journaling, and doing like some kind of just really easy content, like just video post it, like short form, you talking at the camera, you hit the closed caption button on TikTok, and then you just like send it out to the universe. Like video journal, just, you know, so journaling is really big for you right now. Like if you don't know how to tell other people how you got there, figure out how you got there by yourself so you can share it with other people. Because this fulfillment is something you should like genuinely like not only be proud of that you gave it to yourself, but it's how we raise the consciousness collective, whatever, like the consciousness of the collective is by giving this gift to other people too. And you can do that. You're smart. Do it. Figure it out. Do it. Okay. Love you. Next group. Bye, 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 bye. Hello. You've chosen the banana. Oh. With all the other groups, I did a little fruit reading before I pulled that card. But this one was just like, I wanted to be flipped first. I'm getting a really specific message. There's no going back. There's no going back. Let's get into this fruit reading first though. So you picked a banana that has two little friends connected inseparably. I think that, and also getting banana split, I think you might be someone who plays devil's advocate with yourself a lot. Like, you have trouble coming to decisions because you can see the bright side of any situation or the bad side of any situation. You try to weigh them up against each other, but you know that you know nothing, and so therefore both of these possibilities exist in like an equilibrium, and you just kind of get stuck in your head a lot. You're smart though. I don't know why banana made me like think like you're smart, but like yeah, like you are very smart. Like someone who eats a lot of bananas is smart apparently. There must be a correlation with that like somehow, but like something about like potassium, like not knowing what vitamins you need and like knowing what part of the body. You're very like health conscious. You're very just like smart. The way that you live your life is smart. You live your life with maximum efficiency. So everything rebooted and you're like, why? Let's see why. Oh God. Do you have anger issues? You needed it. There's no going back. You needed this to happen. Like, there is a new part of life that's waiting for you that's so much better than what you had before. And this card, reversed, you can read it. Awesome. If you'd like to read the meaning of this card, it's reversed, but a little nostalgia goes a long way. Don't allow the memories of your life to overshadow your present life. I fucked that up so bad. Your future has a lot to offer, so stay focused on what's ahead. Yeah, there was kind of this energy of like, I don't know. I think you're a little bitter about this, even though it's like fine. You know what I mean? It's like you're friends. You have this ability to like really be like exist in a dichotomy almost, where you're like, oh, this hurts more than anything I've ever experienced in my entire life, but I also know that it's going to be good for me. And I think that like you find peace in the solitude now. This could be a big breakup. This could be like a move from an abusive family. This could be quitting a bad job, like a toxic workplace, or getting fired from a toxic workplace or something like that. And like you're happy that you have the freedom and solitude now. But it's also like there were a lot of benefits or comfort even just in the routine of what you had before. And so you can miss the routine of it, but like try not to miss it too much, because honestly what I'm seeing is like it was pretty bad. Like you were just comfortable with things being bad, and so like you miss being bad because that's what, like, you miss like the world being bad around you because like that's what you're used to. But you're trying to move on from that. You're taking the time because like you do believe that things can get better. You do believe that you can build something like beautiful. If you wanted to listen to pile 2, you might also like connect with that. But I don't know. A lot of your plans literally blew up in your face, and you are ready to like move on from them. You know how to, and like you're, I think, already well on your way to it. Like, or like this is, I think this is something that happened like a little bit ago, or like you're still moving through the emotions of it, but and it's still heavily on your mind, but you in your life have moved on from it in a way. It's just something that you think about a lot because of this nostalgia for it being bad, nostalgia for like, I think it was even just more interesting, you know, that it was like toxic, you know. But we have to be interested in the good things for ourselves. We have to be interested in the opulent, the gorgeous. Like, yeah, like it was fun or whatever, like in some fucked up way before, but it can be beautiful. It can be fun in a way that's beautiful moving forwards. You can go to a fine dining restaurant. You can buy yourself some fucking diamonds. Like, there's gonna be a life for you that is so far removed from what has happened before, and it will just remain a memory, but with time it'll hurt less and less. Every time that you think about it, in a year it's gonna hurt a little less. In 2 years it'll hurt less than that. So what about in 20? It'll be so far behind you then. It's disappointing that we have to learn some of these things the hard way. That these experiences, while they're fun, aren't good for our hearts, aren't good for our souls. And we'll cultivate experiences that regenerate us into something that we're really proud of. So I think right now you are just in a time of rebuilding. And if you want an objective moving forward, dreaming. I think if you've ever heard the song These Days by Nico or like the Velvet Underground, I'd listen to that song. I feel like that's an energy that you're moving out of. And she says, I don't do too much dreaming. I don't do too much scheming these days. But that's the energy that we're going to be moving out of, so we can start to build something really opulent and beautiful for ourselves. Something we're proud of. Even if it's in spite of all of this, it's going to be beautiful. Let's pull you a card.
a release. Responsibility, innocence, and fear. Some responsibilities are ours to hold, others are not. Do not be fooled in thinking responsibility is only tangible. Many reside just within the mind. Take stock today of your perceived responsibilities. Which ones need to go? A lot of people think it's their responsibility to deal with hardship. They think it's their responsibility to deal with the pain that other people bring us. They think it's a responsibility to deal with mistreatment. Some people think, in a way, that they deserve it. That it's a test of their character to be able to withstand other people treating them poorly. It's not. People are just treating you poorly. You aren't responsible for that. You are not responsible for the way that shitty people acted around you. You're not responsible for the way that shitty people treated you. You're not even responsible for the ways that good people messed up and hurt you. You're not responsible for that. You're not responsible for other people's actions. You're not responsible. You shouldn't have to teach them how to be a good person. That's their journey. Your journey is teaching yourself how to be a good person. Their responsibility is teaching themselves. So none of this you should have ever had to deal with. Fuck it being comfortable. Fuck it feeling comfortable. It's not your responsibility to have to deal with that. You shouldn't have to deal with that. You should have more, like, genuinely, we need to have more respect for ourselves. Because that is what brings us opulence. That is what surrounds us with people who also are on this journey of treating themselves beautifully, making a life beautiful for themselves. It's not your responsibility to let other people and other situations drag you down. It's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for anyone or anything. That is not your responsibility. Let it go. Release that. Release that. And when you do, it makes so much space for this new idea, so much space for this opulence, for this beauty, for this new life. Aren't you excited? I'm excited for you. It's really hard to let go of those things, the internal things, but it didn't work out before. So let's let it go. People shouldn't have treated you like that. The world around you should not have operated like that. Let it go. The world will operate in a way that reflects the love that we put out and the people that we surround ourselves with. You are who you hang out with, you know? So maybe just hang out with yourself for a little bit if you know you're good. You'll find people who you connect with along the way. You might be having like a total reset, like in terms of friendships, friend groups. Like I think like this might have been some really bad like friend group trauma. I was gonna say drama, but it came out trauma, and like okay, I guess, yeah. But you're gonna find people who actually like fuck with you in a way that you're proud to call them your friend. You're proud to like
have little days together. They will put in as much effort as you put in. So just put in that effort to yourself and take yourself out on dates. And along the way, you're going to meet people who will show up for you in the way that you show up for them. Because like that, the shit that you had to go through was not cool. But it's okay, because we're releasing it. And we're making so much space for so many more beautiful things. And I'm excited for that. So spend some time with yourself. Take yourself on a little date. Start living the life that you want to live. You know what I mean? And when I say take yourself on a date, I mean it. I'm single, and I really used to wish that guys would like ask me on a date, like something like really specific. Like I really like going to pottery magic, you know, like color me mine, stuff like that. And so instead of waiting for a guy to take me, I just take myself now. Instead of waiting for a girl to ask me to go to the movies with her, I'm just gonna go to the movies. Like, I dress up for myself. I give to myself the effort that I used to give to other people, and it's really fulfilling because I released that. It's not my responsibility to teach somebody how to date me. Oh my God, it's not my responsibility to teach you how to date me. No. It's not my responsibility to teach you how to be a good friend. No, we're all adults. No. I'll be here for you. If you want my advice, I'll give you some. But it's not my responsibility. I'll tell you no when I'm tired. Because I'm already fulfilled. Because I took myself on a date already. I already went out with myself, you know? And if you're really starting from ground zero, that can actually be really like helpful in terms of socializing, because it gets lonely. It gets really lonely. Sometimes just watching other people can be really fulfilling, like going to the park and like seeing like all the kids run around and like imagining the lives that they're gonna live and all the people that they're gonna meet and what they're gonna do when they grow up, and or going to the supermarket and seeing like a couple buying groceries together, and like you see like what's in their cart, so you can kind of imagine what dinner they're gonna make. Like socializing by proxy is really important. Like surround yourself with community still, even if you aren't necessarily talking to everybody, you can still be around people, and that's really important. You're gonna be okay though. You're gonna be so much better off now that that's in the past. And the more time goes on, the further you move away from it. Isn't that beautiful? The more time moves on, the further we move away from it. So for the rest of this year, let's just cultivate something that we like. Let's take ourselves on those dates. Let's go to the farmer's market or the aquarium by ourselves. Let's take some pictures. Because we're fucking hot. Okay, I love you very much. Bye 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 bye.